To understand where Jarrett Bell is going, you'd have to look at where he's been.
I was a 180 pound, 6'2", scrawny little kid. No athleticism, super slow, weak.
Freshman year of high school, he set out with a goal, wanting to earn a starting position on the varsity football team. And he did.
When I set a goal for myself, I'm gonna complete that goal. I'm gonna do everything in my ability to make sure that I reach that goal.
So then came his next one, to play Division I football after high school. A tall task for an unranked player with no stars, no recognition, a name simply unknown in a sea of top-ranked recruits.
I always flew under the radar. No college coaches knew who I was. I wasn't even on a stat paper. I wasn't even on a stat paper at my school. The star system pretty much rates who you are in football. And that's a lot of people start thinking as an athlete, well, I'm only a 2-star or I don't have any stars. So your confidence level really drops.
So Jarrett focused on what he could control, working hard and staying positive. Yet it didn't seem to be enough, and the fear of failure began creeping in.
Seeing everyone else, all your buddies starting to get offers, but you're just sitting there not knowing what you're doing wrong, not knowing if you're good enough, or not having the knowledge or communication with these coaches to see what they're looking for. While I was working a couple jobs, I was over here training my butt off because I wasn't naturally gifted. I had to come here and I had to earn every bit of it.
The best thing about Jarrett is that he does things that are not popular. So the hard work, waking up at 5 a.m. to come work out with me, or when all his friends are like, what are you training for? We're going here. He's like, no, I got to do this because this is something that I'm passionate about, something that I know is going to get me to the next level.
I started training 5 in the morning before school, training in the summer every single day, 2 to 3 times a day, 7 times a week. It was a terrible feeling not knowing if you're going to spend all this time training and not be able to make it to the next level. Throughout the process, I questioned myself, is football for me?
But it was football that shaped his resilience and his work ethic that led him to a turning point. His big break coming in the form of a phone call on May 6th, 2017 at 2:34 a.m.
I remember getting the phone call in my room, and then I was speechless. I couldn't even speak to the coach. And then after that, I went to my parents' room while they were sleeping, and I woke them up, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I just got my first Division I offer from the University of Hawaii." It was a great feeling to know that all my hard work was starting to pay off, and that I was starting to succeed in what I wanted to be in life.
But little did he know the opportunity to truly prove himself would come on the turf at the University of Alabama's football field.
The whole experience was go out there and let them evaluate you. Show them what the 4 years of hard work that you've been doing.
I was not sure if I was going to be able to perform at that level. It's the #1 university of the nation. But I knew that I was going to be the hardest working player there. I was going to be the most physical player there and the mentally strongest player there. I'm like, this stuff I do it every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. So I knew, like, well, I can do this no problem. This is what I've been training for. This is my chance and this is my moment.
And it was then Jarrett, who was unknown upon arrival, left with a scholarship offer from the #1 recruiting school in the nation.
You only needed one person to believe in you. Did you ever think it'd be Nick Saban?
To be honest, I never even thought I would be on the campus of the University of Alabama. I was thinking back about all the times I questioned myself, and every time that I pushed myself through and said I can do it, I just pictured myself in that moment, and I still remember to this day that this is what I was working for. And it was the best feeling ever, just be able to go up to Nick Saban's office and sit down and talk to him and have him to offer me a scholarship. For him to believe in me and think that I can play there was just unbelievable.
To have Nick Saban put a stamp on him that he is a top lineman in the country, it was very exciting. You can't ask for a better coach or mentor to sit down and to listen to what he has to say about who Jarrett is and where he thinks he could be.
Now Jarrett is set to graduate early and get a head start on his next chapter. But as he turns the page, he reflects on those who told him he couldn't, when he proved he could.
They don't know me. They don't know the work I put in and out. A lot of people are seeing that now, all the hard work I put in, but just for them to rate me off that, I don't care. That's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about my next step. I'm worried about going to state with my team this year. I'm worried about helping other athletes. And that's the main goal at the end of the day.
A living example that anything in life is possible if you put your mind to it.
And do you believe it truly was your work ethic that separated you from everyone else?
My work ethic is what got me where I'm at today. It wasn't talent, it wasn't anything else. It just comes down to how much do you want it, how bad do you want it? And that's exactly how I got to where I'm at today. I'm only going to keep working harder. I'm never going to take a step back. And if any obstacle thrown at me and puts me down, I'm just going to fight through it. That's the only thing you can do. It's emotional because you dedicated all that time, and just to know that it didn't go to waste, it will make you very emotional.
As for Jarrett's next adventure, he's already planning for the road ahead.
Are you proud of yourself?
I would say yes, tremendously. I'm proud of myself, but right now I'm just focused on my next step, on setting my next goal. Okay, I achieved this goal, what's my next goal? And I literally sat there until I figured out all my following goals that I want to strive for, because that what drives me is my goals.